Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 56 of Serendipity, and this one is called Fly High. Just before we start, there is another adult scene in this chapter, but it's an annoying one where it's kind of interwoven with dialogue and other things. I've done my best to kind of chop out the more graphic sections and tie it all in together. There are a few chapters like this, so just bear with me. There are a few spots that I've just blanked out as I usually do, just to keep it PG, but it should flow. You both made it to the departure lounge on time and sat down to wait to be called forward. Naturally, you and your hero husband had been given first-class seats for the trip, and you couldn't wait to see what first class looked like. Would Mr. and Mrs. Midoriya please make their way to the departure lounge gate for boarding, the announcement said over the loudspeaker. You grinned at Deku and stood up beside him, walking to the boarding gates arm in arm with him. The air hostesses took your tickets and scanned them, then guided you down the corridor plank and onto the plane, where more hostesses and hosts greeted you and showed you to your seats. I do hope you enjoy your flight with us, the male host said as he packed your flight luggage in the hold above the seats. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to call me. Thank you, you and Deku said before sitting down and putting your belts on. I'm so excited, you squealed, looking around at everything, your eyes settling on the large TV that was mounted on the wall in front of you. Look, I can even stretch my legs out and not touch the wall. You demonstrated the movement and Deku grinned. So much room, he added as well, sticking his feet out and still being able to stretch without touching anything. I could almost do a dance in here and still have extra floor space, you chuckled, swinging your legs around. Suddenly, Deku's mind grabbed the snapshot image from this morning of you on top of him, panting and moaning as you bounced up and down, and he blushed and looked away. You didn't notice and kept looking around happily. I need to wash my face once we're up in the air. I'm still hiding behind these glasses. You looked at Deku and tapped them. He was still looking away, and you called for his attention so that you could show him. When he looked at you, he had a funny look on his face, and you tilted your head curiously at him. What? You asked with a small chuckle. Why are you making that face? What face? He asked innocently. That. You poked his nose gently with the tip of your finger, and he gave you a wobbly smile. Oh, it's nothing. Tell me. I was just thinking about this morning, he added shyly. Izu, you gasped with fake horror. You're not so innocent now, huh? He blushed again and hung his head with shame. I'm just joking, Izu. I think it's very cute. He looked at you bashfully from the corner of his eye. When we're up in the air, let's do it, you said deviously. He nodded, still bashful, and you settled back as the head hostess came over the loudspeaker to announce that the plane would soon be taking off. You grinned and slyly reached into Deku's lap. He flinched a little and dug his fingertips into the armrest, but didn't say anything, and you quickly pulled your hand back when the host walked past into the first class section to do a flight safety and emergency landing drill. With the drill complete, they prepared for takeoff and the plane made its way into the airstrip, and you were up and away on your way to New York. For the first 10 minutes of the flight, the air hostesses were in and out, checking on you and having you look over the flight menu for food, so once you'd chosen your meals they left you to sit in peace. With another quick swipe of your palm over Deku's crotch, you undid your belt and stood up, walking to your own private bathroom. I'm just going to clean my face, you said to Deku with a smirk, pulling your glasses down so you could wink at him over the top of them. He gave you a small smile and watched you go before adjusting himself. Like the good boy he was, he gave you a 5-minute head start, then, after glancing around, got up and walked to the bathroom door and let himself in. You were already waiting for him, and you already had your pants and panties. Things were well underway between the two of you when there was a knock at the bathroom door, and the announcement of food had arrived. Coming! You called with fright. Deku quickly pulled out, packed himself away, and you pulled your pants up, then quickly finished your face off before leaving the bathroom with him. I can't believe we're married and we haven't, Deku said softly to you when you sat back down in your seats to eat your food. We have our whole lives ahead, you giggled to him, leaning over to kiss his lips. It's okay. Once we get to the island, we have 2 weeks of very uninterrupted time together. You grinned deviously at him and he gave you a smile that said, "Yes, please," then you both dug into the food in front of you. And there ends chapter 56. Stay tuned for chapter 57.